I can taste your words. I can taste your I can taste your words. I can taste your I can taste your words. I can taste your I can taste your words. I can taste
Hello and happy Friday afternoon, everyone. My name is Katie McManus. I am your practical business strategist, and I'm coming to you live today in a few different places. We're on the Facebooks, we are on LinkedIn, YouTube, Instagram, and over here on my phone on TikTok. And if you're joining us from any of these places, welcome. Luna is growling in the background. I don't know what she sees. But she has impeccable timing. She's usually okay. So if you guys have dogs, my dog trained herself on how to behave when I'm on Zoom. So normally she's really, really good, and she doesn't bug me while I'm on Zoom unless it's like an emergency. But yeah, she stopped. But anyway, welcome. I was just about to say, I love these to be interactive. So if you have any questions, please do pop them in the chat. Because I am going live in so many different places, I am using a tool called StreamYard. Sometimes StreamYard doesn't show me all the comments from everywhere. So if you're watching this on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, or Instagram, and you comment and I don't call you out or say hi, it's not you, it's the technology failing us. But like I said, any question you have, please just pop it into the chat. Any thoughts you have as well. Today, I want to talk about the fear that I'm hearing and the valid fear. I'm not doing the coachy thing where I'm going to gloss over your fear and be like, oh, but you can manifest the life you want. No. The very valid fear that people have right now about starting a business, especially in the United States, or in countries that would be selling to the United States, because of everything that's going on in the world, right? And I'm not going to be Pollyanna about it. It's pretty dire. There are some really scary things happening. And yeah, there are absolutely some types of businesses that I absolutely would not touch right now if I were just starting out. For instance, if you're in the luxury retail world, probably not. If you're doing anything fine dining, when times are uncertain, I want you to think about what the bare necessities are, right? So, liquor stores. Actually, here's the funny thing about liquor stores. They are actually seen as like an emergency. Oh, hello, welcome. Wolfie, welcome. I love that. Liquor stores are seen as like what's the term? Necessity. There's a terminology for it. Hi, Eric. Welcome. There's a terminology for it. Like when there is an emergency in our world, like during the pandemic, liquor stores actually have to stay open. Right. And the reason for that is because anyone who has an alcohol addiction, like they cannot add to the alcohol addiction withdrawal when there's already an emergency going on, which I think is absolutely insane. But if you're thinking about starting a business, think about the kinds of things that you can start that are going to be necessary. Laundromats, like more simple restaurants. Hi, Megan, welcome. And again, like we're living in uncertain times. Inflation is already up. I actually wouldn't be starting a business right now that requires you to have a location, inventory, or employees. I would not. If you're trying to do this on the side of your 9 to 5, I think it's really, really important to think about what you can do that's going to be the lowest cost possible for you, which is why I genuinely do believe it is one of the best times for you to start a service-based business. If you have a service that people are hiring for. All right. There are a lot of business coaches out there who are like, anyone can start a business where you're selling your expertise. But not everyone can. Not everyone has an expertise that is in need, right? There are some people who are really, really good at baking sourdough bread. Doesn't necessarily mean that there's going to be a market for teaching how to bake sourdough bread. All right. But I want you to think about this. Say you're a coach. Say you are really talented at helping people through big transitions. Say, you are trained in coaching and you've always wanted to start a coaching business and you're busy. You have a full-time job. You make most of your money from there. Hi, Melanie, welcome. And you are scared of starting a business right now because your time is already tight. The world's kind of scary. And thank you for the like. Thank you. And of course, it's really intimidating to start a business anyway. Like in normal times, precedented times, which we haven't had for a really long time now. Add to that this uncertainty in the world. And it's completely understandable why you would be so afraid to get started right now. But I want you to think about this, right? Because you're a helper and a healer and you genuinely want to start a business because you have a passion for helping other people. Right? This is not just you out to make a shit ton of money, right? You genuinely want to help other people and you want to use the expertise and the gifts that you have that you love using in your work, right? I don't care if you're a consultant, a lawyer, a copywriter, or a coach, genuinely, if you're following me, I will bet good money that you genuinely love helping people. And I want to remind you, your ideal clients are out there, whether the world is on fire or not. They are out there and they have problems. They have problems, right? We all have problems. I certainly have some problems. But they have problems that you are uniquely situated to help solve. And just the fact that the world is on fire right now does not mean that those problems go away. In fact, I would even hazard a guess that the fact that the world is on fire makes those problems even worse. Even worse. Maybe they're in a marriage that is not making them happy or they really need to work on that marriage. The world being this stressful right now, do you think that's good for their relationship? Nuh-uh. Absolutely not. The busy executive who is at a company that they just have realized is so toxic and they have a boss that they hate and their boss hates them. And it's just it's a bad situation all around, right? They needed to work with a career coach already before the world went to hell in a handbasket. Now they're looking at a job market that is way more volatile. Now they need you more than ever, right? So I know our first instinct when there's uncertainty out there and when we see threats, legitimate threats out there, our instincts, our survival instincts, right? This is baked into us. This is programming that has been there for millennia, all right? Is to make ourselves as quiet and as small and to hide and don't let anyone see you and just keep your head down and just keep going. But you and I both know that you are so easy to ignore when you do that. And because there's all these awful things happening in the world, and you're a healer, you're someone who genuinely wants to help people, we need voices like yours to speak up, to talk about the work that you do. Hi, Erica. Hi, Michaela. Hi, Top. Welcome. We need voices like yours to genuinely step up and be brave and start your business right now, right? Because your clients are out there and they need your help regardless of what's happening in the world. Regardless. All right. They needed you before everything set fire. They need you now. Oh, Erica, no worries. No, it was a great business lab. The recording will be in the BYOB portal. So if you want to go and watch that, go for it. Erica's asking about BYOB. I'm sorry, the Brave Biz Lab call that I do every fourth Friday of the month. If you'd like to join that, there's a link in my bio. But anyway, so your clients are out there. They want to work with you. And right now they need you more than ever. And frankly, it's a bit selfish of you to prioritize your fear over being the help that they need. Okay. If we're being real, if we're being honest, it is selfish because this is your gift. Whatever it is that you want to build your business around, that service, that expertise, that is the gift that you have been given to provide to the world. And you are the only person who can deliver that gift, who can do that service in the way that you would do it. You're the only person that would have that connection with your clients in the way that they will most benefit from. All right. Hi, Camtira and Carl, welcome. You need to start your business right now. And the beautiful thing about starting a service-based business is that it should not cost a lot of money. You don't need a whole lot. Honestly, I'll give you the rundown of the tech that you're going to need. You're going to need Instagram or TikTok or LinkedIn, wherever your ideal clients are hanging out. You need to set up an account there. It's free. It's 100% free. You are going to need Acuity scheduling. I love this tool because it checks a few boxes. It is like a calendar booking system. So people can book your sales calls with you, client calls. You can do any groups and webinars. You can have people register for that. I use it. It's amazing. It also is where you can have your clients pay, right? So you can have people pay one time or have a subscription. So if you have ongoing coaching or consulting where you're on retainer, then you can set it up so people are just auto billed every month, right? I think it's about $30 a month right now for the tier that you would need, okay? So we have free social media. We have Acuity scheduling, which is $30 a month-ish. Don't quote me on that. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. You're also going to need either a Stripe or a Square account, right? Because you're going to need a credit card processor to be able to handle the transactions that Acuity will be processing. And they don't charge like a fee upfront. What they do is they charge a percentage of each payment that you get. And it's very standard. It's 2.9%, right? So you need to charge enough that doesn't bother you when it gets taken out. And honestly, like you could get a link tree for your bio, but that's it. That is all you need to pay to start a service-based business today. That is it. Like there's some know-how. You need to be able to, get clients and figure out what your niche is. But honestly, like you think you need a website? Not really. Not really. Most of the time when clients come to me and they have a website already built out that they did themselves, they have to completely scrap it, right? Because your first website, you don't know what you're doing. You don't know who your ideal client is. You're not certain what's going to resonate most with them because you haven't worked with them yet, right? And so most people make the mistake, and it's a very common mistake. Hi, Michael. Welcome, of creating a website that is kind of a fleshed out version of your resume. And it talks all about you and your service and the things that you do and the things that you've done and the education you have. And that's not relevant to your client. You may think that that's what makes you credible, but to your client, they're going to that website and they're like, I don't understand how any of this is relevant to me. And then they peace out. So instead of setting up a website, honestly, one of the cheapest ways you can have some presence online is create a PDF. Create a PDF and then have it live somewhere. You can have it live on Google Docs, right? Or in Google Drive. And you can share that link. So if anyone has any questions about you, you can share that link and it'll be like a landing page for you. When you're first starting out, if you want to start super cheap, that is a great way that you can kind of hack the system. All right. What's up? Yes, I love having LinkedIn buddies over on TikTok. It's so funny. Anyway, so you have your Acuity scheduling. You have your website, made up website thing all sorted. And you have the way that you're going to get in front of your ideal clients, and that's through social media. So you can set up an email account. You can set up a Gmail. That's free, right? You don't need a custom domain right now, right? Although I would advise if you can get your name as a custom domain, so like katiemcmanus.com or michaelscott.com, although I imagine that's already taken. If you can get that, go and buy it right now. You don't have to do anything with it yet, but it's really good to have your name in your ownership. All right. But think about this. So say you're decided you want to start a service-based business right now, and you're looking at the world and you're like, well, shit, this is really stressful. This is really scary. I'm not sure what this world is going to look like. You're also working a full-time job, right? You're busy. You have a lot of demands on your time and energy. I want you to imagine, with all of that stress going on, being able to go out and get clients and get enough clients so that you're making an extra $5,000, $10,000 a month, right? On top of your 9-to-5 salary, right? This is what I have helped my clients do in the past, right? This is what I help my clients do now. But it is so much more grounding when you have that income coming in, right? Because when things are scary, we have this natural instinct to look at what resources we have available to us, right? And when we can look at a bank account and see that we have, oh, cool, I have resources available to me in this bank account, it really does help us get out of survival mode and stay in power mode. In that mode where we have access to our creativity, where we feel powerful, where we feel like we have agency over our life and we have options, right? And heaven forbid, the economy crashes and your employer is like, oh, we don't need these people, cut, and you get laid off. It's so much better to get laid off when you already have an income from your side hustle and some savings because you've been doing it for a while than if you don't have any of that stuff, right? And like I said, starting a service-based business, if you want to do it all on your own, you want to DIY it and you don't want any help, you can do it for $30 a month, legitimately. That is all you need technology-wise. Now, you need to learn also how to sell and how to do marketing. Those are things that I do teach in my group program, Build Your Own Business. By the way, if you want any information on that, then just DM me and I'm happy to share a link with you so we can get on the phone and just chat and talk through it. But legitimately, I understand because I get hit with my anxieties, about what's happening, especially in the United States. And I'm not going to lie, it takes me out some days. It takes me out. I start spiraling and I get really, really, really freaked out. And I don't think that's going to change. I think we're all going to have those days in the coming years. And, it's impossible to see where all this is going. The thing that I like to remind people, though, is that the human spirit has a very, very hard time staying lit up when we don't have hope for our future, right? And right now, there's not a whole lot of hope happening, right? Which means it is down to you to create it, right? It is up to you to create the hope that you need to keep you going, all right? Which means it is up to you to start laying the foundation for the life that you want to lead down the line, right? You have to start building that now for your spirit, for your mental health, for your ability to be grounded and have options and have agency. That is necessary. If you're just surviving right now and not building towards a greater future for yourself and for your family, you're doing yourself a massive disservice because you are not giving yourself proof of a future that is going to be really fruitful for you, right? And I know it's really tempting to say, oh, well, I'm just going to wait to start a business until things are a little less stressful. I'm going to wait until the world gets better. Have you been around for the last fucking 5 years? I don't, yeah, like we can say that, And also, like, we don't have control around it. We don't have control about whether the world gets better or not. Um, and also, like, the world getting better, or getting worse. Like, you are in that moment by saying, I'm just going to wait. You're putting all of your opportunities just to the universe. You're not taking any ownership. You're not making sure that the ball's in your court at all. Right? You need to take charge and stop being a weenie and face your fears and just do the thing anyway. All right. It's really scary right now. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. 100%. What I'm seeing is there is absolutely a slowdown with clients. Yeah, valid. When there's uncertainty, people are a little more hesitant to spend big money. It doesn't mean they're unwilling to spend the money, however. It just means they're going to need more nurturing and more time to make that decision, right? I am seeing a lot of folks create lower ticket offers, which is absolutely a choice if you have that ability. I know we have some social media marketers in the chat right now. If you wanted to create like a list of prompts and sell that, you could do that. Or social media calendar. There are a lot of options that you have right now. And I want to just remind you of those options, right? Because again, when we're in survival mode, when we're terrified of what is going to be happening in our world, we lose sight of everything that we have the ability to create. And your clients are still out there. Your ideal clients, the people who are destined to work with you, and I do believe in destiny here, they are still out there. And they still have problems. They still have problems. They're still stuck in a rut or, challenged with a certain thing, whatever it is that you do. Those problems are not going away. And actually those problems are going to continue to get worse as the world keeps up with its fuckery, right? So they are still going to need your help regardless of what's happening in the world, right? So get out of your own way, get out of their way, and just offer the service. Go and help. Michael, great advice, wisdom, and positivity. Keep up, keep growing that awesome brand. Thank you so much. Yeah, and you know what? And here's another thing. If you're on social media and you're doom scrolling and you find people who are making you feel insecure, you start comparing yourself, or maybe they're just super, super negative and it impacts you, unfollow them, block them even. Get them out of your energetic field, right? Right now, like, yes, it is so important to stay informed. And also right now, it is up to each and every one of us to curate the right energy around us so that we can bring our gifts to the world. Right? We cannot do that if we're constantly trying to cheer ourselves up from the really sad thing or the really scary thing that we saw on Instagram. It just doesn't work. You have to curate your feed to give you the energy that you need to be successful. Right? I love that saying, like, you are the sum total of the 5 people you spend the most time with. It's 100% true. And I think, like, those people, honestly, because we have social media and because we really do build connections with influencers and business owners who are creating content. The people you follow, the content that you consume does impact who you're going to be in the future, right? It impacts like how you make decisions right now. So find the people that will inspire you. Hopefully I'm one of them. Hopefully I'm not one of the people that you're like, I can't handle this lady, block. But if I am, I understand, I don't, I won't take it personally. If you have any questions on any of this then, or about like where you can get started with your business, then, please feel free to pop them in the chat. The other thing that I just want to name, again, is that the money that you could make selling a service right now, I don't want you making that money and be like, well, I'm rich, and just like spend it, right? Especially if you're making it on top of your 9-to-5 salary, right? Right now, I want you making that money and socking it away. Make the money, sock it away as much as you can, just so you feel empowered that you have the resources to have options later, whatever happens. When my clients are really struggling financially, or, they feel like they haven't gotten a client in a while, and they get like that anxious desperation, and it is desperation, and it really impacts them. It's so much harder for them to get clients. And the last thing I want for anyone who starts a business, especially if I kind of encourage you to do, for you to get to that point where you don't have that money saved up and you get to the point where you need clients and it's not happening. Hello, Mouse Pal. I like that name. Love me like I am. Hello, welcome. I do love you like you are. I don't know you, but you seem like a great person. Emre, welcome. Hello. And Nick ID, hello, welcome. Yeah. And, one of the things that I'm really trying to prioritize, and actually I made a big move this week and I'm really excited to tell you guys about it. One of the things that I'm prioritizing is getting involved, activism. I'm calling my senators. I'm calling my representatives. I'm calling senators and representatives in other states, and I'm telling them that I'm in their state and giving them a zip code in their state. I'm being a problem. I am absolutely being a problem. And, it's so small. I know, like, it feels like you're kind of screaming into a void, but let me tell you how it's powerful, right? Because they listen to those messages. If you're leaving a voicemail, there's someone that listens to all those voicemails and takes notes. And then they go to the congressperson or the senator and they say, we had 173 people who called and told, wanting to tell you that they don't want you to support this bill, right? They know that not everyone is going to call. So 173 people, that's just a random number that I came up with. That is a powerful number. That tells them that there are enough constituents that are against them making that decision that it could potentially change their mind, right? It's also really powerful for you to call your neighboring states, especially if you have red states around you, and tell them what your senators and representatives are doing, and tell them why you don't want it, because then they can go into committee or into the chamber and say, hey, listen, your constituents are calling me and saying that they're fed up with you. That's really powerful. Now, another thing that you can do is you can run for election. You can run for office. You can step up. You can do it in big ways. You can do it in small ways. This Tuesday, I made a big decision to run for local office in my small town. If you're not familiar with Massachusetts, so Massachusetts has a few different small government setups. So they have cities where you have a mayor and city council, but towns don't have that. They have a board of select people, right? It's the select board. It used to be the board of selectmen, but then they degendered it. And I decided I'm going to be running for this. There are 2 seats open. And I'm not going to lie, I'm kind of terrified. I'm a little shook that I made this decision. But I think it's really important that we women, we younger people, step up and start putting ourselves out there for seats like this, because for one, women's rights, let's just say, I don't want to fearmonger, but women's rights are not a top priority for this current administration, right? So we need to be in positions of power, even on a super local, small level. But also we need to show other women. And if you're, we need to show anyone who's not already represented in those spaces that this is simple. This is doable. You can do this. I'm doing this. Come with me, run against me, run with me, do all the things. This is our moment. And let me tell you, since I made that decision, even though it's a fuck ton more work that doesn't pay at all, because I'm literally going out and just asking people to vote for me, I have felt so grounded. I have felt so powerful in my business, because I feel like I'm working towards creating a better world for myself and my clients and my community. And you can do this too. You can absolutely do this. And I bet you anything that once you pull papers and you get signatures and you put yourself on the ballot and you start running your little election for whatever office you run for, you are going to feel like you have a say in the world, right? Even if it's small, even if you live in a town of like 2,000 people, right? You're going to feel far more powerful and feel like you have some agency in your world, right? Which translates to your business. Okay. Well, we've been together for about a half hour now. Hi, John. Welcome. Hi, Greg. And hi, TBG. Hi, TB Guido. Sorry, I missed the last bit. We've been together for about a half hour now. And it is Luna's dinner time. So I have to go feed my dog. But I want to thank everyone who has been with me over on the Facebooks, LinkedIn, YouTube, and Instagram. I can't really see who's been here, but thank you for being here. Oh, you know what I did? I forgot to hit live on Instagram. I haven't been live there. Oops. Oh, well. Anyway, and over on TikTok, I just want to give a big thanks to, let's see, Erica and John Landry, and there are a few other people that I can't see. Thank you so much for being here. I hope this was useful. I hope this was the boost that you needed to get started, to be invested in your business, to go out and do what you need to do to build your future, and really start on that foundation. Anyway, I will be going live again with you next week, so stay tuned. And I'm Katie McManus, your practical business coach. Have a great night, everyone. Bye. Mwah.